Every time Volodymyr Zelensky walks into the White House, it's a coin toss. One time it's a shouting match, the next it is camaraderie, and this time it was something in between. Zelensky arrived at the White House on Friday night, and I must add he came wearing a suit. He met President Trump. There were some jokes, even compliments. Take a look.
President Zelensky of Ukraine has endured a lot. I mean, he really has. He's endured a lot, and we've endured it with him. And I think he looks beautiful in his jacket.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I hope people notice. It's actually very stylish. I like it.
Beautiful jacket, Trump said, but Zelensky was not fishing for compliments. He was in Washington to ask for missiles, the Tomahawk missiles. Trump had talked about giving them to Kiev, so Zelensky arrived on an optimistic note. But a phone call seems to have ruined his chances. You see, when Zelensky was on his way to the US, Trump got a call from Moscow, from Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. So Trump spent 90 minutes talking to Putin. According to aides, the tone was cordial. According to Moscow, the conversation was constructive. But for Ukraine, it was alarming and damaging, because hours later, Trump told reporters that he was ready to meet Putin in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. The meeting would happen in the coming weeks. The agenda was to end the war in Ukraine, or is to end the war in Ukraine, basically a follow-up of what was discussed in Alaska. And that's when things went south. So Friday's White House meeting was meant to smooth things over. Instead, it blew it up, because Trump came in determined to broker another deal of the century. He just wanted a simple headline: Trump ends the Ukraine war. That's what he wanted. But simplicity has never been Ukraine's reality. Reports suggest that Trump pressed Zelensky to make, and I'm quoting, make territorial concessions. In other words, he told Ukraine to give up land, essentially all of Donbas. That's more than 50,000 square kilometers. It's over 20% of Ukrainian territory. Trump wants Zelensky to give it up to Russia. Zelensky tried to show him maps, but reports suggest that Trump tossed them aside. He said it was too complicated. He also had a warning for Ukraine that Putin will destroy them if there is no deal. This made Zelensky visibly tense. He said he wanted peace. And by the end of the meeting, Trump was fuming. Zelensky was stone-faced, and aides were whispering about damage control.
In my opinion, they should stop the war immediately. You go by the battle line wherever it is, otherwise it's too complicated. You'll never be able to figure it out. You stop at the battle line, and both sides should go home, go to their families, stop the killing, and that should be it. Stop right now at the battle line. I told that to President Zelensky. I told it to President Putin. Thank you very much, everybody.
We trust United States. We trust President that he wants to finish this war, and it's difficult. It's very tough solution. It's understandable why.
The aftermath left everyone guessing. Will Zelensky be invited to Budapest? Again, no clear answer, but it's unlikely. So let's tally it up. Here is what Zelensky wanted: long-range Tomahawk missiles, a firm U.S. commitment to continued military aid, and a role in future Trump-Putin talks. That's what he wanted. But here's what he got: a vague promise of dialogue, a suggestion to freeze the lines where they are, and a president who suggested that Donbas should be divided.
Again, Michael.
Should happen with the Donbas region.
Let it be cut the way it is. It's cut up right now. I think 78% of the land is already taken by Russia. You leave it the way it is right now. They can negotiate something later on down the line. But I said, cut and stop at the battle line, go home, stop fighting, stop killing people.
And if the geopolitics weren't strange enough, the press briefing made it worse. A reporter texted White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. He asked, who chose Budapest as a summit site? Do you know what her reply was? Your mom did. That's what she wrote to him. And then she posted the exchange on X, adding that the reporter was a quote-unquote left-wing hack. So Trump may want to end wars in Europe, but his press secretary is picking battles with reporters. Meanwhile, Hungary says it's prepared, ready to host a Trump-Putin meeting. At the same time, a previously scheduled meeting may not go ahead. It may not happen, a meeting between the US Secretary of State and the Russian Foreign Minister. So the road to Budapest is already rocky, and Zelensky is heading off to London. He will meet his European allies on Friday.
We will hold a meeting of the Coalition of the Willing on Friday, partly in person and partly virtually, which will gather some of us in London, and President Volodymyr Zelensky will be there. And so we continue to advance.
The war has dragged on for more than 3 years. Nearly a fifth of Ukraine remains under occupation, and now even their strongest ally seems unsure of which side of the map to stand on. So for Ukraine, the coin is still spinning. Heads, peace, tails, another winter of war, and no one, least of all Zelensky, knows which way it will fall.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.